The hill number 5 here. We'll be getting underway pretty soon here. About to go live, and people saying in chat, Cinder does not want a 32-0 to happen because in case you missed map 1, AliGon actually won 16-0. And if you could guess the map, yes, it was Cache. I don't know what it is with that map, but it just keeps happening. So I think for the sake of his whole team's sanity and composure, they don't want to get 16-0 2 maps in a row. That'd be very bad. It's a very demoralizing thing to have happen. Even 16-0 is. But we'll see what happens. If these teams want to eventually become tier 1 teams, they have to be capable of wiping things from their memory like that and just playing it one map at a time, one round at a time. So there we go, jumping right in here. I'm going to start off on the CT side, which, I mean, it's already kind of bad news for CEX, but let's see if they have some good T-side pistol round strats coming over here. So far it looks pretty basic, just spread out defaults. The thing is, they're walking into a triple crossfire just like on Cache. Like, they just keep getting out-predicted here. They actually end up wanting to go banana, because on Cache there was a triple crossfire on quad, NBK, and site. Now there's a crossfire from 3 positions on banana here, and if they walk into that, they're just going to throw away another pistol round. It looks like they do. They're setting up mollies for it. Okay, so they've identified at least 2 players are there. Do they know the third? They're probably going to push with that molly. It's not burning out the CTS sandbags. They might think that's actually clear now. Make is actually going to get Cinder over a middle. And it looks like they're actually going to back off. They're thinking better of it. Make is actually going to drop another player there mid. Going to fall back successfully in the site, dropping another kill. They're just not getting the trades. He's able to get these fadeaway shots. Uncontested. Jumping position at Arch here for this last kill. And this is just... it's looking like a repeat. This is exactly how the pistol round looked on Cache, but for their sake, I hope that's not the case. The question is here, do they want to force buy? Because last time they did not. Do they want to actually go with the armor? And no, they do not. They're just doing this really light buy, which it doesn't make sense economically speaking. You can't buy next round anyways unless you want to get this really trash Galil, possibly no head armor AK buy with no utility. So I'm not really sure why they're light buying on this round. I mean, they have armor on some, but one player has a Tech 9, and he's not even the opper for their team. But he has no armor. They have a smoke. It's just like this really weird buy. Some players are left with 1,000. Just not really sure. Like, it seems like they are kind of half and half on their team, what they want to do with their money. They will get one opening kill here. And if these SMGs are allowed to farm like they did last time, you're going to end up with players with 10 grand by round 7. Here we are, finally, getting some entries here with these Tech 9s. And it looks like it's going to be a very different map for map 1. They're actually going to probably bring this back here. That's a crazy 1 versus 3 happens here from Zelos, which would be absolutely disastrous. Not only considering that this should be an unlosable round, but the amount of money he would get from all these SMG kills is insane. Actually almost does a flick transfer while he was flashed there on the Charlie, but there it is. The force buy actually, or the mixed kind of force buy actually pays off here. And it looks like the CTs are going to obviously respond with their own counter force buy. Jumpy with the highest amount of money left after that, 1,300. So they're pretty heavily invested into this round. They want to put an end to it here. And that's a good start. 5-7's close range. Gonna drop Charlie there. No trades, and just the grenades raining in as well. And they're just getting picked apart. Surely they're not gonna go out this way after getting such a huge upset round last round. Oh, one of the CT Zelos getting caught out hugely out of position there with that smoke in hand. He was not expecting the pace to be picked up that rapidly. Retakes on though, 3v3, and a lot of these players are very hurt. And getting peeked with a molly out, Cobra just getting the absolute perfect timing on that peek. He's alone, he's throwing a molly in. That final rotation is all the way down to banana still, but he might not even need it. He's gonna drop 1 again, and that's it, the retake's on. No defuse kit needed. And that's got to be a soul-crushing round to lose after getting that round back with the force buy. Now, the saving grace is they did get a bomb plant. And their money is in a pretty good spot from winning a force buy round and not having to upgrade. So will they actually force buy again? And yes, they will. It seems like it's going to be another force buy here. And neither team seems like they want to let up on this economic pressure here. They really want to just go neck and neck here the entire game. But no head armor, that's what happens with these buys. No head armor against this M4. You're going to regret it. He's going to peek down and alt mid, getting a free kill. Actually making it away there with 9 HP to spare. Looks like the T's are going to go for some apartment control to hopefully equalize this out. But the problem is they have 4 CTs already stacked on this A bomb site. This is in part because one of the CTs have actually pushed all the way down banana to middle. And just the CTs have all the information in the world at this point. And just nothing going their way. Cinder getting dropped there in boiler, and unless he can do something absolutely magical with that deagle, it's not going to happen. And there it is. Now that was actually a bit of an awkward buy considering the money was uneven. It seemed like some of the players went for a full buy there while others just went for a light Tech 9 armor buy. So again, these buys have been kind of strange where some of these rounds, it just seems like one of these players is just buying full out in the last 2 seconds before they leave spawn. It looks like this is overall going to be a kind of light buy here with some utility, but they're just getting mowed down here. No armor. And that's going to be that. Pretty clean round there, only losing 1. And CT economy, it's starting to rack up again. Not as crazy as last game. We're not hitting the 11 grand mark yet, but you don't want them. I mean, he's not even upgrading from the P90. Jumpy's just staying on this P90. He's being very economically greedy about this. If you just let him stay on this gun and keep getting kills, you're going to end up going against a double op setup potentially again. Albeit they do have a full buy and an op on T side here, which is very hard to actually make work on this map. T side opping is very, very painful to make work, especially if you don't have an absolutely star performance going for you. And last map, Surreal just was not making it happen for his team, so it's going to even be harder on this map to make something happen here with these opening kills. Getting some banana control, but they're just not doing anything with it. Minute left on the clock, and the CTs, they still have a lot of utility left to just burn down the clock. And Cinder, again, he's going boiler. That's the second round in a row he's went boiler and just getting dropped there. And just there's nobody in sight to get the trade. That's another problem here. Surreal is going to get an opening kill on Cobra with the one-way smoke at mid, but that might not matter because they're actually going to be going for a B hit here. And if they get funneled through a smoke, I mean, that one-man advantage might not mean much at all when they're forced to rush through this smoke with 30 seconds left. And it looks like that's going to be the case. Some flashes coming in, but they're getting mowed down by this P90, and he's just getting away with it, just getting 4 kills. And is he actually going to get an op out of that? Yeah, he is. So he just got a free op from 4 kills of the P90. Never even needed to upgrade. And now look at that buy on the CT side. Absolute full utility. Mollies, smokes, everything they could ever want on the CT side defense. Meanwhile, the T's are just on a very light buy again. And Jumpy already off to a great start with that op. Picking off Charlie there. The CTs are getting some aggressive mid control. I'm surprised they're wasting so much utility on what they should only assume is going to be a save. Oh, that was a bit of a painful nade. He almost actually killed himself that nade in apartment. Make is still in position here on balcony. I don't think he realizes there's a T that close up. Now he does. He's going to molly off apartments there. But he's getting support from these spoiler players, but actually only getting 1 M4 kill out of that. That's actually, he should have gotten at least 2 trades out of that, considering he let his teammate die in boiler with him before that. But as long as they don't lose any more CT members, this is still a pretty solid round. Always, for a moment, I almost actually thought he was going for a knife there. Just But I don't think he actually realized that the player was in boiler. It's a very unlucky coincidence there, but Zealous is already up on the trade there. Already in position, and here we go. 6-1 for AliGon. And there it is. Because of that P90, that greedy play being so successful, double op setup on CT side. This is going to be very, very painful for Surreal here. No matter where he goes, he's going to run into an op, and there it goes. Op is already out of the equation. Someone's running to pick it up, but I mean, from what I understand, Surreal is their primary opper, so if he's getting taken out that easily by the secondary opper here, not really sure what else they can hope to accomplish there with that op. I almost would prefer the mobility of the AK, just use the utility to go in together. And Cinder, third round I've seen him in a row just go by himself and die with nobody even remotely close to him for the trade. His team is always either banana or T stairs, and he's just peeking boiler, usually with no utility, just completely dry. Cobra with another shot into Charlie there. I think he actually was holding the op. And the CTs are just pushing aggressively at this point. They know that they have so much confidence going into this, the remainder of this round here. And they really just want to get these guns off the tees. That being said, they are losing some guns in the process here, and they do have a double op setup that's very costly. If they can recover this second op here, it shouldn't be too bad. And they actually don't. They actually do lose the second op. And normally that would be a big deal because it is a very, very expensive investment to go for, especially on Cobble, because it's not like this is Dust 2. Double op is a very risky thing to go for on Inferno, but I mean, they already have 13 grand on one player because of that P90 play, so they can get away with it. And some aggressive mid control coming out here, but Surreal was finally going to get the upper hand of one of these CTs for once. And there it is. The opening frags finally going in the way of the T's. In what seems like an eternity ago. And they should have free reign to go into this A bomb site here. The nade's coming in to secure the bomb plant. Smokes being thrown everywhere. And this should be a very difficult retake with one op, especially with one of the riflers getting killed there. A 2v1 retake with one of the retakers having an op is probably not going to happen unless some horrible misplay happens. And Jumpy's, he's probably just going to go for the save here after getting this last kill onto Cinder. Cinder again, just overextending completely by himself. I'm not really sure what's going on there. And he didn't have to go for that kill, but he did. Jumpy does go for the repeat and take out Surreal as his last dying wish there, but that will bring the second round here for CEX. So already, at least they're not going to go down 16-1 or 16-0 this time. They've at least put up some struggle here. And this has reduced the CTs to a singular op setup here. But again, double op on this map is luxury anyways, so now they're just back to what a normal full buy would be, which is already incredibly strong on this map, given the utility that the CTs have. Jumpy dropping karma there at Banana. He was trying to get fancy with the off angle on the logs, but he flicked right to it. He's going to go for more. He's peeking with the flash, and Cinder, again, Cinder, he's just completely alone. His teammate died like 5 seconds ago. If he wanted to go for the trade, he shouldn't have gone so much sooner. But then at that point, he's just going by himself to die again, just like he was in Boiler. And he's not the player you want to see choking this badly. He's the player, he's one of the star players on this team. You can't have your star player just going in and dying by himself every single round, or you're just not going to have a good time. And it looks like they're executing on B here with some Molotovs through the old Rain of Fire strat. But it actually looks like it may... They were considering it fake, but no, they're actually going to commit to this here. The counter flash is coming in from the CTs, slowing down this rush. Jumpy getting another kill here with that op. Finally getting taken out by Surreal. And they'll at least get a bomb plant out of this, but 3v2 retake is on. And the bomb did just get planted, and the CTs are already up on car at Banana, so... And the Rain of Fire being used to retake, incidentally enough. The crossfire set up, but Surreal's just gonna peek completely dry by himself. No flashes, no nothing. He just peeked completely alone. They had a crossfire established. That smoke landed in dark. It didn't even land where it was supposed to in that retake. There was absolutely no reason for him to peek like that. He had a perfect crossfire with his teammate. Granted, you're supposed to play aggressive when you're down numbers, but not at the expense of throwing away a crossfire. Unless you think you're going to literally kill 3 people on your own. But maybe the nerves are actually getting to the CEX players here, because suffering a 16-0 loss, it is a very demoralizing thing. But they can't have their heads down like this. They can't remember the first map. They have to wipe it right out of their memory. It's irrelevant at this point. But I feel like it's still haunting them. These decisions. I wasn't seeing Cinder make this many mistakes individually in the first map. It's very disappointing. Not to take anything away from AliGon. They're doing a very, very well performance here, but I feel like CEX is almost defeating themselves here after this first map. Which is strange to say, because they actually have more rounds than they did on the first map, but they're just making even more mistakes. I almost feel like the 2 rounds by this point that they've gotten were just gifted to them. So something has got to change here. I mean, the economy's not looking great. So this is probably more or less just going to be a light buy with some utility, maybe some pop flashes for a Tech 9 train, but if they can make this back to 4 or 5 rounds, it's doable if they can secure the pistol round. But and Cinder is a very, very good pistol round player. As you guys saw at the end of the first map, he almost actually 1v5 aced by himself, all 1-taps. One of the players literally living with 2 HP after getting hit in the head. A very sad way to lose a 1v5, but something's just gotta change here for them. And the unpause is underway here. So let's see what they did with that tactical pause here. Well, it doesn't look like anything additional is being purchased. 1 flash. P250. Some Tech 9s across the board here. Limited utility. They have 1 Molotov, which tells me that they want to deny the defuse with that. Or at least attempt to. But already just a double kill coming in from Jumpy. They're running through it. Just the meat grinder. Jumpy just shutting them completely down. He's kind of sitting in the fire though. Gotta be a little bit careful there. And he is gonna get dropped there by Charlie. Gonna lose the op, but it's gonna be recovered in the end. And that was an incredibly well held banana bomb site there. The Molotov on top of that. The tagging, slowing them down. It was just a complete cluster at that point. The double kill was a great opening kill, but the follow-up was just as good. Very stellar hold there from the CT side. But again, that was a light buy. They weren't expecting too much going into that. They were hoping for something, but here's the actual buy. No op, though I can't say I blame them because their opper hasn't really been doing too much, and this is a very hard map to op on T side. And they're going to get some fast mid-control here, pushing all the way up jungle, but the counter flashes are just destroying them here. We'll get some opening kills here. There it is. Retake and the counter flashes there were just absolutely on point there from that anchoring position there at jungle. Absolutely stellar defense here from AliGon. Can't take anything away from them. Counter flashes, the counter mollies, the timings on all these counter nades. All been flawless. It looks like we have a bit of a little boost here going on the shed roof over here. Apartments control being gained here. That dink is going to help a lot. Getting the opening kill on Surreal yet again. This is a light buy. They're not expecting too much from this. The CTs are already set up perfectly for this. Especially with this boost. This boost is basically a guarantee failsafe here for this A execution to just get shut down. They're just going to contact explode out of apartments here, but this boost is literally the counterplay, but he's dropping... No, he's actually going to go to the higher balcony there. Going for a bit of a spray, not going to connect fully there. And he didn't even need to do anything there. But he was the failsafe in case somehow the Tech-9 just came in and destroyed the other two players. That is the perfect position to boost in for the counterplay for that apartment's contact play, where you basically all explode out of apartments on the exact same time. Either as soon as you're seen, or as soon as a call is made. But the CT's just had the perfect read, yet again. He's just been reading them like an open book this entire series. And another amazing grenade there. Charlie down to 9 HP. Jumping his grenades have just been on point, and so is his opping here on this CT side Inferno defense. And he is going to eventually get a wall bang down there at Car, but that's just a consolation kill at this point. They haven't really got any map control from it. They don't even know that B's clear at this point. Presumably they expect at least one player to be in B at this point. Since there's 2 players left alive, they probably assume there's 1 per bomb site, but B was actually completely clear for a point in time there. And this should be an unlosable round here. After getting another opening kill with no trade in sight, unless an absolutely insane 1v4 happens here from Make, it should be at least a 3rd round here. He could go for this. They have the economy to just go for this. As audacious as this is to go for this 1v3 retake, he could just go for it just because he wants to. Just because he wants the HLTV highlight. But it's not going to happen. Charlie's going to secure that final frag there. Clean headshot onto him, and it's going to at least bring in the 3 rounds here. If they can get a 4-round buffer, and they can get pistol round, it's anyone's game, but they need this round and the pistol round so badly just to make this competitive. Because while this is a CT-sided map, it is not this CT-sided. A lot of grenades being expended early on by the CTs to get this banana control, at least deny the rush. Be setting up with that off again. He's been so proficient with it, and he's going to continue that trend, getting 1 there. 1 player on top of the log trying to catch him with the off angle, and he will actually get it. But there's still another op in play here. Double op setup again. Over there, he's actually at mid with that op. He's pushing down aggressive. He actually legs him through the lamppost there. Bit of a saving grace. He got shot through the lamp, or he would have actually been killed there while he was flat. Charlie getting a good op kill onto Zelos there. Zelos trying to use some cheeky one-way smokes, but really you got to keep that stuff back in matchmaking because people have seen that 1,000 times before. And because of that, they are going to get into the B bomb site, but the bomb has just been dropped there, unfortunately. So it doesn't even matter that they got into B, and again, down to a 2v1, and Charlie, he's got to make it happen with the op. Against a Negev and another op. It just seems to be a common trend that they love buying the Negev on the last round of every half. At least when they're this far ahead. So some mind games kind of being employed here. Probably getting under skin a little bit. We're going to use what utility he has, hoping to isolate some of these CTs here, but the Molly's actually going to get butchered, and he's just going to get sprayed through the smoke there. So 12-3 half, and it all rides on this pistol round here. If CEX can bring the pistol round, and they don't get ecoed, then they have a reasonable shot. Let's say they have a 20% shot of making this back. But they absolutely need this pistol round here. It is absolutely crucial here. And Cinder is going to be the player to watch. Cinder is the one who has to just ace. He has to finish what he started on Cash. Do a 1v5 ace, but this time make sure he gets that last kill and not just bring him down to 2 HP with a gush. So definitely need to keep an eye on Cinder here this round. See what he does. He is one of the star players on this team from what I've seen of him in the past. But if they want to bring this series back, it has to start right now, and it has to start in style. He needs to just ace it for his team. Get some hype back on his side. He's actually going to push down Banana with his teammate here. The control being assumed by the T's pretty slowly, very slowly. They're actually going to get flanks. Charlie's actually going to flank Make for free there. And because of that slow pace, the CTs were able to get a perfect read just by pushing down Banana pretty early. And there it is. There is the pistol round for CEX. Exactly what they needed. Strangely enough, it wasn't actually Cinder that contributed the way I thought he would. I actually managed it without him. But again, that's if they don't get ecoed on this round. It would be absolutely soul crushing for them at this point. They really cannot afford to let that happen. It is a force buy, full force buy here. Eagles all across the board. Top flash coming from Jumpy here for this Deagle peek. He's gonna spot one at Spool. It's not gonna connect the shots, unfortunately. He's just whiffing the shots with the Deagle. He was set up perfectly by his teammate, but Cobra is gonna come in, chime in with 2 Deagle frags of his own. And already this plant, you've got to consider this round already a success at this point. Anything you do after this is just gravy at this point. Bomb plant 2 kills, a Deagle force buy. They'll be happy with this if this is all they get. If they get even more, it'll probably be game. And Jumpy getting 2 completely unanswered kills until finally Karma comes back and then just gets cleaned up by that last Deagle headshot there. And that would have been it. If that had not happened, this could have been competitive, but exactly what I thought was going to happen did. The Deagle force buy comes back, wins it for them. And now they know the CT's economy is shattered. Look at this. They're buying double Mac 10s. They're bolstering their own economy. And at this point, there it is. I mean, see, look at that. Again, Cinder, if you just now noticed, Cinder just bought armor this late into the round. When people are basically already into apartments. Like, the communication, something is wrong with the communication on these buys. Thankfully, they're getting some consolation kills with these Deagles, but something has got to be going wrong with the communication on their camp here, because it's looking like they're just not on the same page with these buys whatsoever. Jumpy with another kill there, and this force buy, or whatever it's supposed to be, is not looking like it's going to pay off here. Unless Cinder, he makes that pistol round magic from the second pistol round of first map come alive again. He's going to push through the smoke spy leader style. He's going to get 1, but that's all he's going to get. And bringing it 14-4. AliGon just massively ahead at this point. And now, I mean, that was their force buy here. What are they going to do now? Are they going to force buy again? Of course they are, because what else are they going to do? You're going to give them this many match points in a row by going for a full save? And you wouldn't even have a healthy full buy next round anyway, so you might as well go for this. They'll have an op on at least one player here. Eagle armor across everybody else. It's a glass cannon op setup. And they are going to go for some... I mean, they're literally running into each other in mid, so that was a little bit awkward there. The real just getting a little bit carried away there. I know it's painful, buddy, but you don't want to just run down mid. It's not the way to let it go. Cinder's going to go for a bit of a peek there. Missing an opportunity to get a free kill there. One of the players was actually turning back towards Banana. It does look like a B execution is going to come in. The CTs are actually getting a little bit of wind of this. They're actually going to rotate one player back, but the problem is the T's have full execution here. All the grenades are coming in. Everything's getting mollied. Everything's getting smoked. One counter flash comes in, but he's making so much noise. He's just going to push Cinder. What is this, like the 6th or 7th time in a row I've seen him just push in, run, and die by himself. Now he's managed to do it on both halves here. I'm not really sure what's going on. We're coming in here from construction, and they're just getting pincered. And the bomb plant is a minimum at this point, and there it is. 15-4 for AliGon. And this is just looking absolutely brutal. I mean, it's not another 16-0. It's not 32-0. It's not a meme. But it's close enough at this point. Because a UMP force buy, Deagle armor. They have the smokes to do the 5-man smoke strat, CT side, to keep that banana bomb site continually chain smoked. But at this point, they don't even care. They're just going to probably bust up straight mid with this pop flash. Have this player with the Mac 10 just blow right through, and it looks like he's actually setting up to go in pretty soon. He's synchronizing with his teammate in Boiler there. We're trying to do a bit of a one-way peek over that smoke, but it's not going to really work out for him. Charlie hears the wooden sound of the barrel there and actually just shoots him through the smoke. But Zelos doesn't care. He's just going to go in. 2 entries there, clean headshots. But he does get traded by Surreal again with that 5-7. So it's doable. It's a doable round. But just as I say that, Surreal just jumps up on top of the truck and just gives himself away for free. Probably trying to line up the angle here on the pre-fire, and I mean, team killing is going to help a little bit, and then that's going to actually help a lot. 2v1 situation here. Make that a one-on-one. And Cinder, you've got to make up for it. This is your chance, Cinder. Very simple 1v1. You know where this last player is at. He has no idea where you're at. You have the minus armor from this UMP. And it couldn't have been any easier for him. And thankfully he does pick up a kit. And that round was, that 1v1 was basically handed to him on a silver platter. There would be no excuse for losing that round. That would be completely inexcusable. Thankfully he does secure at least that 1v1, but to what avail? Because at this point you're down 10 match points. And it's looking pretty rough. That's going to drop one. Good opening kill there, but please look at they're setting up for another B execution here. And it's been pretty strong so far. They've been getting onto the site with all these mollies and smokes to isolate and fluster out all these CT positions. Cinder's going to get one kill, make it two there. And a third. A very impressive hold there from Cinder. Just the player I was talking about earlier that needed to step up. And he is going to get another, so very well done there by Cinder. This is what you need out of your star player. You need him to perform like this. You don't need a performance like Cash. And finally, he's stepping up here. Albeit by the slightest of margins, but he is doing it. He's keeping his team alive for now. They're basically on life support, but they can piece together a few more rounds here. Maybe they can get the confidence going again. But maybe just bring this back into overtime. But we'll see. This is a force buy again from the T's. They know how far ahead they are. They know the buffer they're working with. Hot Flash coming up to support this instant peek coming up mid through the smoke. They don't care there's a smoke there. All they need is the support in the flashes, and there it is. Teach is busting out into the site, and they may just have crushed their dreams here. Another one deke from Zelos again, and they might as well go for the knife kill at this point. It'll save him at least the dignity there, and that is going to be 16-6, 2-0. 2-0 for AliGon there. Absolutely dominant. 16-0 Cash, 16-6 Inferno. It never looked close, unfortunately, for CEX, which is very unfortunate considering I expected a lot more out of Cinder. But hopefully their team will get their act together in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. This has been the Game On King of the Hill #5.